Today, something enormous was just revealed. Everyone was on the edge of their seat because of Shytoshi Kusama. It would appear that the 1 cent dream is on its way. On the other hand, we're actually working on a means to make that twist a reality. There will be no slowing down in the transfer of billions of Shiba Inu tokens. Why am I even babbling about this? And what the fuck is going on? Okay, I'll try to clarify. The whole Shiba Inu community was rocked by the recent actions of Shytoshi Kusama, the man behind Shiba Inu. Something so monumental was suddenly divulged by him that it sparked widespread discussion. It could be the deciding factor that gets Shiba Inu closer to his 1 cent dream sooner than anyone anticipated. But hold on a second. This change will only take place if a certain need is satisfied. It appears that we are currently moving in that direction. The transfer of Shiba Inu tokens has reached the billions. It's not common to witness that. If the volume suddenly increases to that level, it usually indicates that something significant is happening behind the scenes. You may be wondering if it has shown up in the charts yet. Here's the thing. One analyst thinks we're witnessing the ideal scenario right now. Every red candle and downturn, he said, is really simply a fantastic opportunity to get in before the next leg up. Shiba Inu are currently retracing their steps to a support zone that has served as a launching pad in the past. If this level of stability persists, momentum may begin to gather again. But even a slight decline could not be a terrible thing. It could be the quiet before a big surge. The fact that large sums of money are changing hands indicates that this isn't mere noise. With the leadership leaving vague but encouraging clues, Shiba Inu is about to embark on an exciting new chapter. If you've been keeping tabs, this might be the setup we've been anticipating. Something is changing. Tell me what transpired. Something significant has recently been stirred up, even if Shiba Inu prices have remained rather stable for some time. It's not simply a belief in price activity, it's a conviction in the long run. By publicly stating his firm belief that Shiba Inus will reach 1 cent, a senior team member has just rekindled the passions of the Shiba Inu community. Eventually, not if, then, or maybe, turn the clock back a little. Lately, the entire cryptocurrency market has been in a precarious position. There has been downward pressure on prices since the Fed's decision not to lower interest rates at the end of July. Markets were rocked by that alone. The price of Shiba Inu took a nosedive after the US president unveiled fresh reciprocal tariffs, which rocked global banking and cryptocurrency. There was a brief dip in token price, the lowest in weeks. It made an effort to rebound, and although it did so to a lesser extent, it is still well off the $1 mark that many are clinging to. Nevertheless, things start to get intriguing at this point. Lucy, Shiba Inu's head of marketing and one of the project's most outspoken and enthusiastic advocates, has stepped forward to reawaken the community's faith in its potential. She's more than simply another Twitter user. Since 2021, she has been here. After witnessing Shiba Inu's abilities, she is convinced it can do even more. Lucy has always made it plain that 1 penny is her objective for Shiba Inu. The dream is that, on the other hand, she's not fantasizing. It will take time for this to occur. Rayla, you need to be patient, keep going, and give it time. That progress is being made by the team. It's more than just tweets a buzz. NFT, Shibarium, Eternity, and other play-to-earn games are in the works. These terms mean more than simply that. Indeed, these exist products. Practical examples. Genuine forward motion. Burns should not be overlooked. There has been a massive withdrawal of tokens, amounting to billions. That is a long-term strategy to decrease supplies made possible by the fees on Shibarium gas. In a market where demand is increasing and supply is decreasing, prices tend to rise. For Shiba Inus, this is of the utmost importance. This setup occurred precisely in 2021. There was trust in the community. Shiba Inu went off the rails as the crew continued to construct. Lots of people's lives were affected. A lot of regular folks made a lot of money from very little investments. Hindsight. Formula remains unchanged despite shifts in the market. All 4 of these factors, community, belief, utility, and supply control, are aligning once more. Indeed, Shiba Inu is still twirling around its typical levels, but the important thing is the construction going on behind the scenes. Lucy's assurance is more than just a signal. If you've been seeking a fresh cause to believe, this could be it. Who is to say it couldn't happen again if it happened once? Just one syllable came out of her mouth, featuring a Shiba and a Hearties emoji. Powerful yet uncomplicated. Because Lucy's reaction is never in vain, even that small tweet caused a stir in the community. This was just one of many instances. Even as recently as last week, a different wallet removed 5 trillion Shiba from Coinbase. 5 trillion. That's a major roll. Well, there you have it. Now we need to know what exactly is happening in the background. Why are these huge purchases taking place in the midst of a bear market? Is this a precursor to a major event? Is a collaboration in the works? A severe fire? An unexpected release? An unexpected release? We aren't sure, and that's the reason why this is different from any other moment. You shouldn't make these purchases based on FOMO, fear of missing out. While most people are ignoring them, these are occurring in a calculated, strategic, and stealthy manner. We must not overlook the time factor. Immediately following Shiba Inu's small dip, this wallet pounced, snatching a better price before the dog recovered. That's no accident. That person has faith and knows when things are going to happen. Therefore, what does it all signify? It shows that major players are becoming more confident in Shiba Inus, at the very least. Even though the market as a whole is showing signs of slowness, the whales are continuing to swim towards Shiba Inu. Something should be revealed by that. The current status of Shiba Inus is tranquil or near calm. On the other hand, if you examine the continuing burns, development updates, massive transactions from anonymous wallets make this seem more like the start than the finish of something. When money moves quietly, history is usually written loudly, so this might just be the consolidation phase before the next breakthrough. Shiba Inu is still a very promising breed in the long run, to be honest. The Shiba Inu team, in contrast to many others, stays low-key, consistent, and clever while they build. They just let go of something that was barely audible, but it ought to have. Their most significant move to date was unveiled in July. It turns out that they are already preparing to shield Shiba Inus from a potential crypto-related security danger, computing at the quantum level. Although most people haven't given it much thought just yet, Shiba Inu has a head start since the rest of the space is just beginning to realize the potential of quantum computers. Their preparation has been thorough. Shiba identity is something they've been working on. In a way, it's significant. Preserving the integrity of the Shiba Inu environment and protecting individual privacy are of the utmost importance. In a future where standard encryption may not be adequate, they employ a more sophisticated technique known as fully homomorphic encryption. It encrypts your data even while it's being used. You don't need to understand the math behind it. Your personal information will be hidden from view, even from the system, even when logging in. This is just incredible. Shiba Inu is incredibly forward-thinking, as this proves. Building something sturdy enough to weather whatever the future brings is more important than making a quick buck or engaging in flashy marketing. You may begin to get the broader view when you consider the team's work on Shibarium, token burns, and now quantum-proof tech. The Shiba Inu price hasn't soared recently, but moves like these are making people quietly pile up. They can see the construction site, that's why. They see the big picture, and they know this cryptocurrency is different from all the Shiba Inu is thinking strategically, preparing for the future, and achieving great things. Have you thought about this? Feel free to leave a comment below. If you're interested in learning more, just click on one of the videos displayed. We have reached the final segment of this video. If you found the video enjoyable, please enable